What's up guys, Ray back here with X-Tech Tactical for another video. Today we're going to be going over some 380 options, starting off with the Sig Sauer P365 Luxe, as well as the Smith Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 carry comp. Per usual, let's get started with a quick safety check. Drop our mag, check our chamber, make sure there's no ammunition down inside of there, and we're clear and safe to proceed, going through some of the specs and measurements. And let's also do a quick safety check on the 2.0 carry comp. Again, no ammunition in that chamber, none in the magazine. We're clear and safe and good to proceed. So grabbing some quick weights on the Bodyguard 2.0 carry comp. Unloaded, no magazine, we're at 10.3 ounces. With the unloaded 10 round magazine, we jump up to 11.9 ounces. And with a fully loaded 10 round magazine, 15.3 ounces, and our one extra round on top for one in the chamber takes us to 15.7. Now the Bodyguard 2.0 also does ship with 12 round magazines in the box as well as the 10 rounder. So it is nice to be able to add the 2 extra rounds inside of the magazine and get you with a nice comfortable grip on there as well. Still a nice small package to be able to carry and conceal. The magazine does get pretty stiff to be able to load on the 12 rounder. So the spring and the follower do fight you a bit. X-Tech Tactical does have you covered though with the speed loader that they offer, the B1 LDR 2000. It makes it super simple and easy to be able to plug those extra rounds in and not feel like you're fighting so hard to be able to get them inside. Bodyguard 2.0 carry comp. Measurements coming from the tip of the muzzle there to the furthest point back on the frame. Looks like we're right about 5 7/8 inches. Lowest point from our magazine to the top of our slide, 3 7/8 inches. Let's do a quick double check on the 2.0 carry comp. Unloaded, no ammunition inside of there. And it looks like that one is breaking at a clean 3.64 pounds. The Sig Sauer P365 Luxe, new kit on the block, all metal construction, so it is a little heavier, coming in at 1 pound, 3.8 ounces. The unloaded 12 round magazine for that guy jumps it up to 1 pound, 6.1 ounces. So our fully loaded 12 round magazine, that jumps us up to 1 pound, 10.4 ounces, and our one extra round on top, 1 pound, 10.8 ounces there. All right, let's take some quick measurements on the 365 Luxe here. Coming from the tip of the muzzle down to about the furthest point on the beaver tail, looks like we're coming in right at 6 5/8 inches. And from the lowest point on the bottom of the magazine to the top of our slide, looks like we're coming right about 4 5/8 inches approximately. Before we jump into the trigger readings here, let's go ahead and verify again that our firearm is safe, clear, and unloaded, and no ammunition in the magazine or chamber. So we're good to go get some trigger readings. Starting off with the 365 Luxe here. And looks like we're popping in at 4.8 pounds. All right, so next let's take a look at these kind of side by side, get a quick opinion on kind of hand feels, overall ergonomics, things like that. So right off the bat, especially comparing the carry comp, Bodyguard 2.0 carry comp and the 365 Luxe, we can see a pretty noticeable size difference between the two. If we actually stack them up, you can kind of see that the 365 Luxe has significantly longer slide and extends further down on the frame there as well. The 365 Luxe is also a far thicker firearm than the Bodyguard 2.0 is. The Bodyguard 2.0 is a very nice thin gun. The 365 Luxe is definitely a meatier firearm, and it's being all metal. It tends to be something that's going to eat up a lot more of the recoil and be a softer shooting gun. However, the Bodyguard 2.0 is definitely going to be an easier carry gun. Now, as far as the 2.0 carry comp goes, the compensator on there, having that port in the barrel there, it really doesn't do a lot for the recoil of the gun, especially being 380 and not really having a lot of the pressure and barrel length and all of that stuff to begin with. But ironically, reports are showing that you pick up some extra feet per second. You gain velocity going with the carry comp over the standard edition. So that is why I tend to favor the carry comp a little more. Why not get a couple more feet per second, hit the target slightly harder or something like that, get a little more effectivity out of the 380 round. But extremely, extremely thin gun, extremely small firearm as well. As you can see with my hand, I can literally fit this entire gun in the palm of my hand here. And that's with the flush fitting 10 round magazine. If we sub in the 12 rounder, you'll see that it adds minimal extra length. However, that extra length on there does give it a much more comfortable grip onto the firearm itself, allowing my pinky to kind of wrap onto the actual frame there, or onto the magazine extension, I should say, and get a little bit more purchase on the firearm. With the 10 round magazine, gripping onto that, my pinky does roll right off the bottom of the magazine instead. So the 12 rounder does, in my opinion, provide a little more grip onto that gun that is nice. The 365 Luxe, again, being a slightly larger and wider frame, it tends to give you a much more comfortable grip on the firearm. I don't think anybody would have any trouble seeing that being the case. And the length of the grip there, my pinky kind of gets right down onto the lip of the magazine on there, so it's a pretty comfortable grip overall as well. As far as texturing goes between the two, the Bodyguard 2.0 has a very light texturing on this area of the frame, and then the back strap and front strap here gets slightly more aggressive. I do think the texturing on there is very nice. It's more than enough, especially for what the firearm is, and it doesn't feel like the firearm is slippery at all by any means. The 365 Luxe, you get checkering on the front strap there that is done very nice. These grip panels are actually very nice as well. They provide some great traction. As soon as I picked this up, that was kind of one of the first things I noticed and kind of pointed out. I was like, man, those grip panels are actually pretty nice. The back strap, you get a small patch of checkering there. I really wish they would have extended that a little more, but nonetheless, it gives you what you need and doesn't leave you feeling like you're lacking or need more out of it, I guess you should say. Trigger guards. The 365 Luxe definitely has a larger trigger guard there. No texturing on the front strap of it, no texturing or undercut under the bottom of the trigger guard. Similar to the Bodyguard 2.0, no texturing on the front, no undercut on the, or double undercut I should say, on the bottom of the trigger guard. Although the Bodyguard has a much smaller trigger guard, kind of shrinking down the overall package of the firearm, which I do applaud them for, especially given the fact that most micro 380s end up with an extremely large trigger guard, making the gun kind of awkward and not leaving room for your hand to fit. They did a really good job of sizing that correctly, allowing you to have more than enough room for your finger and still leaving you with a grip that allows, with a grip that allows the gun to feel like it's a lot larger than it is based on how it rides and sits inside of your hand. Trigger, I will give that to the Bodyguard 2.0. That trigger is extremely crisp and it's pretty light. I like that. The 365, it's nothing that I would say I dislike about it. It's a 365 trigger like we know and have seen in similar other firearms. The Bodyguard just seems to be a lot lighter, crisper pull, so I'm going to give that nod to the Bodyguard. As far as serrations and texturing go, the carry comp, I like the serrations that they decided to go on there. Slight upgrade from the traditional or standard Bodyguard. They made them a little more fine instead of leaving as much space between serrations on there, so it gives it a very nice solid grip and your hand kind of really sinks into that and bites into it. Now, the Bodyguard 2.0 series does not come optics ready, especially with how thin the slide is. There are some companies out there that are doing aftermarket cuts on these guys though, and I do say if you decide you want to put an optic on this, I do like the idea of just cutting it for it and direct mounting that there instead of going with the kind of clip-on dots that replace your rear sight. The 365 Luxe, however, being a much wider firearm, it is actually optics ready, so you can direct mount your optics to that. So it is nice if you are looking for something that's going to feel more solid in your hands, more of a larger feel of a gun that gives you kind of confidence and want it to be 380 to not have as much recoil as going to a 9mm or something like that. This is a super nice offering, especially both being compensated or vented slide, as you would say, on the 365 Luxe, which does actually help with this one, kind of keep it tame along with the extra weight. This is a very nice soft shooting gun. Being able to put an actual optic on there is a very nice touch for this gun. Rails, accessories, things like that. So on the 365, you actually do get a slot to be able to add a weapon mounted light or attachments onto the bottom of the frame there. The Bodyguard, you do not. So that is one of the things that's a takeaway, but typically something like this, being this thin and small, is more of a pocket pistol or something of that sort, or deep concealment type of a firearm. Whereas this is being a slightly wider, larger, heavier gun, you probably are going to be using this inside of a traditional inside the waistband holster or something of that sort instead. So you have the addition of an actual rail there. Serrations on the 365 Luxe. I will say the Bodyguard 2.0 kind of takes the cake on that one. These serrations are a little more, well, not even a little more, these are shallower serrations so that you don't get as much bite on this. And on the front serrations, they didn't go down the full slide. Not really sure why, wish they would have. Just kind of left it on this top chamfered edge of the slide instead. And the rear, they go full length. So hands down, serrations, the Bodyguard 2.0 is the winner, but this is a very easy slide to maneuver. So those serrations do the job. Nothing really to kind of gripe about with it, but much nicer on the Bodyguard. So the 365 Luxe does come with actual night sights on here. You get a tritium surrounded with a nice green dot on the front, blacked out rears with 2 tritium inserts in there. And the Bodyguard 2.0, you're going to get blacked out rears that are serrated and a nice tritium insert in the front optic there. The front dot there. So you get that with a nice vibrant yellow ring going around the outside of that. The sights on these both kind of point very, very naturally and kind of just simply line up almost no matter where you point the gun to. The Bodyguard 2.0, that's one of the things that we do rave and kind of love about that gun is you just pick it up and in your hand, no matter where you kind of point the gun to, the sights just seem to be lined up and on target for you. So I do like the sights on both of these guns. Don't really have to say that one is a preference over the other, but it is nice that on the Sig you also get the tritium on the rear. So I guess I'll give the nod to Sig if I had to choose one. So that wraps it up for us today, guys, covering the Sig Sauer P365 Luxe and the Smith Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 carry comp. Let us know which one of these, I guess, you would actually carry. Are you going for something that's thinner, a little lighter, easier to carry? Are you looking for something that's going to have a little extra weight, soak up a little more recoil, but heavier to carry around on the waistline? Let me know what you think. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.